Hi everyone, this is Lorraine and this is Felix, and today he is officially 3 months old. Say hi. You say hi? Felix. 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 So Felix is 3 months old today. And he is just the perfect baby. He's the perfect baby. What does he do? What does he do? He eats, he sleeps, and he smiles. And that's basically everything he does. He poops too, a lot. He likes to poop. Who doesn't like to poop? Makes you feel good. Get out of your system, really great. But basically he's 3 months old. Should I just go through my whole routine with you? Again, I go through my whole routine every time I film these videos, but I guess it gives a good idea. So a typical day for Felix, we wake up, we get out of bed by 6:30. So he feeds a little bit before that, get out of bed, he sleeps with me still. I'm gonna try to work on getting him not to sleep with me. We've started that, but he hasn't not been in bed with me yet. So he sleeps in bed with me. We wake up, get out of bed about 6:30. We then go make his brother's lunch for school, and he sits in his Baby Bjorn bouncer, and then I bring the bouncer into the bathroom where I shower and get ready, and that's basically it. So then we're getting ready. He's basically in the bouncer pretty much for a while in the morning, I guess. So he kind of move him around and stuff, change his diaper when I need to. But basically getting Graham ready for school, myself dressed, then we get the baby dressed, and then we're always out the door by 8:30. I feed him again around 8:15. So I feed him, he feeds really fast. He only feeds from one side. I think I just produce a ton of milk because if I tried to feed from both sides, just tons of vomit comes out because he just gets overly fed. So he feeds at 8 o'clock, 8:15, and then we're out the door by 8:30. Take Graham to school, and lately Felix and I have been walking over the bridge, which is about 3 miles. It takes us about an hour, and he sleeps the majority of the time. Then I go into work, get some stuff done. I feed him while I'm there, change his diaper, all that fun stuff. And then we come home. He usually eats again when we come home, get him all swaddled up because he sleeps swaddled up, except at nighttime. He doesn't sleep swaddled up at nighttime. But during the day, he sleeps swaddled up either in his Woombie, or there's a new one that we have. But I'll talk about that in another video that I'll be doing very shortly. Hopefully it'll be up in the next week. I wanted to do it 0 to 3 months rather than anything else. So I felt like once he got to the 3-month mark, then I could do this video that I wanted to do about all of the essential items. But he sleeps swaddled up until we go to pick up his brother. Then I end up having to wake him up, putting him in his car seat, and when I put him in his car seat, he usually still sleeps when I go to pick up his brother. We pick up his brother, we come home, he sleeps for a majority of the afternoon then till with waking up to eat randomly, but he sleeps till about 4 o'clock. So he sleeps a good majority of the day, with a little periods of time where he's awake, but not too much. 4 o'clock to 6 o'clock, he's awake and he's playing and having a really good time. Then he usually falls asleep anywhere then between 8 o'clock and 9 o'clock. He goes to sleep. He sleeps a lot. He sleeps a lot. So, and he sleeps swaddled, and he sleeps really well in his crib. But I've been thinking about the DockATot because so many people ask me whether the DockATot is worth it or not. He really wants to go back to sleep right now. People keep asking me whether the DockATot is worth it or not. And if he's in his crib and he's sleeping, I'll put him down and he'll be sleeping like this, and then maybe he'll cry and he'll end up like this after a while. So he moves if he's just in his crib. He still sleeps for a long time, but he moves. If he's in the DockATot, he just stays in the DockATot. He doesn't he just can't move out of it. So it's kind of nice in that respect for him. I really feel like it would have been really worth it with my first son Graham, because he needed to be kind of on me when he slept, and I just feel like it would have been really great to have with him. But I think I should do a whole video on the DockATot and any questions that you all may have about it, because I get so many questions about it. Mainly, is it worth it? And I'm starting to decide that it is. But he sleeps so much during the day. I try to when he's awake, I try to give him as much attention as I possibly can, because he's awake so little. So I'll read to him, I'll have him play on his activity mat, and I kind of lay there with him, just that kind of stuff. He doesn't really like to be on his tummy, but he does like to lay there and swat at his toys and everything, so that's fun. He started to I mentioned this before, he's starting to giggle, which I really like. I can't wait till he starts to laugh hysterically. I love that when babies laugh. He hasn't gotten that yet. He can roll from his tummy to his back. He rolls from his back to his side a lot. Breastfeeding is good. I don't have any problems. I noticed that it'll only hurt, because people talk about breastfeeding hurting, and it really shouldn't hurt unless something's the latch is wrong or something like that. The only time I've ever hurt is if I let him suckle at nighttime, and I let him suckle too much, and then it rubs the skin kind of raw on my boob, and I've had that happen, and then it ends up hurting. But I try not to let him suckle. He sleeps really, really well at home in his crib or in his bassinet or anywhere that's flat, like a bed at home. He sleeps a little bit in his car seat, not so much anymore. And he doesn't really like to sleep on me. It's like night and day with his brother. His brother had to be sleeping on me at all times. He talks so much now, just lots of talking, and especially to me. He just talks to me, and I'm just talk to me, tell me what you want to say, anything that you want to say, I'm into. He started sucking on his thumb, which is super cute. He's doing it right now because he's tired. He's gonna be easy, I think, to transition out of my bed, because he doesn't touch me when he sleeps. He just lays there unswaddled at nighttime, and he sleeps a good majority of the night. He maybe wakes up maybe once or twice to feed and then fall asleep, and it's just easy. When we're out, I always either have him in his car seat and then just snap it into one of my strollers, whichever one I have in my car at the time, or I'll put him in the Baby Bjorn bouncer. And he's not like Graham, where he'd fall asleep in that bouncer. He just I'll walk around, he'll be in it, and he'll just be happy looking at every single thing that's out there. Graham would get in it and then fall asleep on me. This baby does not like to sleep on me. He likes to sleep in his own personal space. And if he is next to me at night, sometimes he wants to kind of suckle on my boobs. So I really do feel like this baby needs to get out of my bed a lot sooner than Graham did, which Graham didn't get out until he was until he was born. So that's a long time. I also, when I put him down to go to sleep, I'll put him down drowsy. I don't put him down asleep. I put him down drowsy. I would have never been able to do that with Graham. Never. He's doing really good with his neck muscles. He's doing real good. He's in 3 to 6 month clothing now and size 3 diapers. He's sleeping now. A couple toys that he likes. He's now starting to grab onto his O-ball, which is really cool. He likes this little rattle that I have that's like a turtle or something, but it's got thin little bars he can grab onto. Still not huge on a pacifier, but he does like the Wubba Nub one better. I think because it has a toy on it, so he grabs onto the toy and kind of puts it in his mouth. So when I go on my bridge walks, I always bring a Wubba Nub, a fan, because it's hot, and that's basically it, and a swaddle blanket to kind of cover up his legs so he doesn't get sunburnt. I always have swaddle blankets with me. He also loves his little soft book called Spot's Toys, I think is what it's called. But it's a soft book. You can find it on Amazon. But it crinkles, it makes noise, and he can hold on to that. So he likes that one a lot. It's really a simple baby, and good, just very, very good. So he eats, sleeps, goes to the bathroom, plays a little bit on his activity mat, and then he'll like lounge and play with the toys either on his Nuna Leaf or in his Baby Bjorn bouncer. I really try not to do the electronic items that make lots of noise and flashing lights and stuff. I just have found that when Graham was a baby, they always made him like overly stimulated, so I've avoided that kind of stuff. But he's been just such a relaxed baby, so easy. I really feel like the transition from him coming from my bed to his own crib is going to be very nice, very smooth. What we've started to do is I have him in his docket tot at nighttime, bundled up, like when he first falls asleep around 8 o'clock. In the time period, usually from like 8 to 9, he'll fall asleep. And what I do is I'll have him in his like one of his zip up swaddles, usually the Woombi or the other one that has the hands up. Can't remember what it's called, but I'll put a link to it down below, and I'll mention it in the next video that I post. Or you can look on my Instagram because it's on there too. My Instagram is just Lorraine Stanick. But I'll put him in one of those in the docket tot, so he lays in the docket tot, and then I put him inside the baby home dream cot. That's what it's called. And what I like about having that is that I can transport it from room to room. So we'll be in the living room, he'll fall asleep in the living room with us, and then when it's time to go to bed, my husband and I usually carry it in to the room. You could slide it because it does have wheels on it, but we usually just carry it into the room, and then I bring him into there, and he's been falling asleep and then waking up at about 1 o'clock in the morning. So then that's when I usually bring him into the bed. But he's still sleeping in bed then from the rest of the night on. But that's how I'm kind of transitioning him. Hopefully, the more and more that he sleeps in it, he'll just sleep longer stretches where he doesn't need to eat in the middle of the night or doesn't want to be unzipped. But the next things that you'll hear me talking about is I'm trying to get him not to be swaddled with his arms down, trying to get him to like just lay and fall asleep without having to be like swaddled up. So that's a goal of mine, and it's to get him into the crib, because he just doesn't do as well on me like Graham did, but that's okay. Every baby's different apparently. So who knows, if I ever have another baby in the future, you never know what you're going to get. But the nice thing is, once you've had one baby, you kind of get an idea, and you can kind of play it by ear from there, just kind of figure out what that baby needs and everything, because not every baby is going to be exactly the same. And as far as me, postpartum, 3 months postpartum, I will have that update on my other channel, The Current Custom, since I'm working on getting really, you know, in shape. Yeah, so we're working on that. We're working on everything. But if you have any questions, any video requests, my next video that should be up will be newborn essentials, newborn to 3 months. And those are going to be all the items that I find that you should need, or I need, that I use in the first 3 months of life for a baby. And I really feel like it shall be helpful. I also would like to do a diaper bag video just to show you what I bring around with me in a normal day, since I'm out a lot of my day. And that docket tot review. And if you have any other questions about products that I use, that I could review for you as well. But that's it. The other one's called Love to Dream Swaddle Up. That's what it's called. See, this is the bassinet that goes from room to room. Really nice. But that's it for now. So if you have any questions, feel free to post them below, and I'll see you next time. I know we're gonna take your naps now. Say goodbye. Bye. Say bye. Say bye.